felt like I was in a black hole.
A feeling of total, utter desolation.
I decided that I was going to take my own life.
All I could do was think, I want to sleep. I want to end things now.
Suicide is still a taboo. It's a very frightening subject. It's a very frightening thought. And there's still so much sort of stigma attached to it.
If you turn round and say, I'm suffering from depression, or if I'm suffering from desperation, or I really can't cope with life, the first thing they say is you've got to pull yourself together.
I get very angry when people talk about suicide as a choice or a right. I think it isn't a choice. I think it's an act of sheer desperation that people just do not know how to go on.
Unless people have been there and understand, you can't explain to people about depression. You can't explain to them that you're so desolate that you want to take your life.
One's mental welfare is actually quite a fragile state, and that anyone can actually end up in that. And it doesn't have class or racial boundaries, it doesn't have gender boundaries.
And we believe very strongly that there was this very striking, significant gap in what is available to people who are in the midst of a suicidal crisis and who are not suitable for psychiatric wards. The concept behind Maytree is that it offers a place where people can actually stay safely for 4 nights, 5 days, and do lots of exploration of feeling able to talk, to be heard, to actually really address and stay with all the issues around a crisis.
Because often it's the first time that they've been able to tell their story and been able to sort of talk about sometimes things that have happened or pain, deep pain that they've held for years and years and years.
They would give you that opportunity to bring your worst fears out, to talk about things you're afraid ever to talk about.
That person feels respected and heard as an equal human being and valued as an equal human being. And that's what the guests pick up, and that's what makes the difference.
And it was once described as a transfusion of hope. And I think that is the essence of Maytree.
That's what drew me to Maytree, being a part of that process. The community atmosphere of sharing people's pain, people who are in extreme distress, and supporting them.
If someone gives you that chance, that little spark, it can make all the difference. And Maytree did it. Whether the people who saw me and talked to me ever really fully understood what they had done for me, they'll never know. But I know.
It's unfortunate that we always bring it down to money. I mean, I don't know how much money, how much value one puts on a life. If a life is saved, if someone is stopped from committing suicide and thereafter finds a fulfilling life, I don't know what value one puts on that.
There are so many people now who are taking their own lives or being so miserable that they want to take their own lives in all sections of society, of all ages. There have been people who have gone to Maytree, have stayed at Maytree, who I really believe, if they had not gone there, would have killed themselves. That's what Maytree is doing, and that's what people are contributing to, saving lives.
You know, what can be greater, she says, getting very emotional, what can be greater than being with somebody who maybe they've tried to kill themselves, maybe they've tried more than once, but maybe they've just got to the point where they cannot go on, and the fact that they are here makes the difference between life and death.
In a time of total, utter despair and utter blackness, it was like someone had lit a match and just given me that little bit of hope. And now, 5 years later, I'm here.